Welcome to Camper Trailer of the Year 2021, brought to you by the power of Red Arc. We are looking at one of our favourite brands in Bushwakka and a new model in the Sundowner. Glenn, another expedition trailer from Bushwakka, the proud South African company. How do you feel it fits for purpose?
I thought that the Sundowner EVO actually ticked all the boxes. Designed for people who love exploring remote destinations, and it was able to handle the toughest conditions with high level of comfort, with the suspension and a great kitchen setup, beautiful queen-size bed, and the awnings again from Bushwakka. They seem to know what they're doing when it comes to awnings.
This is such a South African suspension setup, the big heavy beam axle.
The only exposed cables, hoses or anything, it's just the handbrake cable.
It's just the handbrake cable.
For me, innovation really stood out around the awnings, and also just some of the little changes to the toolbox underneath the front storage bin. But what stood out to you from an innovation point of view?
I like the way the kitchen packed away. You put the mat up to keep everything in its place, yet the stove was attached to the door, so when you folded that up, that slot fitted right into the void and stopped anything else moving around. You know, things like that. Protecting your gear while you're doing the roughest tracks is something that's high on my list.
This kitchen setup, hey?
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the pantry and storage and the way it all folds back up into itself.
One of these things here where you can, push the plates in and out. And they were saying the great thing is here is you know whether anybody's walked off with your coffee cup.
And using that kitchen, so with 300 watts of solar and two 100 amp hour batteries, there was a fair bit of power storage, I thought, from a self-sufficiency point of view. The gas bottles are a bit smaller, but you shouldn't have to use them much because we're told that the Sundowner's going to come with an electric water system, which is really nice. Victron battery management system, yeah, I was pretty happy to see that in there. I think if you needed to recharge those batteries because the solar wasn't doing its job, then it wouldn't take much just to power up the car and just give it a bit of a boost. So when you take into account everything that's in that kitchen and all those massive awnings and whatnot, at 45K, what do you think of the value for money?
I think it's really good. This is a competitively priced camper trailer for what you get here. This is top quality setup for the electrical generation and storage. And typically South African, you get a complete set of cutlery, a complete set of crockery. You even get 3 bottles of wine. That kitchen is fully equipped. You get the gas bottles, you get the jerry cans, you get everything. It's not like some of the campers that don't come with gas bottles, don't come with jerry cans, don't come with this, don't come with that. This is complete. You don't have to go out and spend another $5,000 on other bits and pieces. It all comes brand new with the camper when you buy it.
Got a couple of gas bottles down here. They're running 3 litres as standard by the look of it. And,
Fantastic. Light as well.
what's going on up here?
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So Kath, it's got everything as DC's noted, but what about using all of that? How'd you find it?
Yeah, look, I was really struck by the usability of this. I wasn't surprised, but I was really struck again by how Bushwakka here has managed to make a camper that's very compact. Open it up inside. As soon as you open that back door, you've got space that you can use. And as the Bushwakka team said to us as we were looking at it, there is a space for everything and everything has its space with this. Pretty impressed, Glenn, here with the amount of storage.
I know, it's just phenomenal, isn't it?
It's like everywhere you look.
Yeah.
We've got storage pockets here, we've got storage up here, and I think I saw there was a bunch of storage underneath the bed if you want to have a look.
So we got a chance to tow the Sundowner with a fairly stock Navara. How did you find it?
One thing that struck me about this model of Bushwakka is that sort of tapered nose that we saw. So you got a nice tapered nose, nice clean lines, 2 metre height. And this one's supported by steel rims, Monster all-terrain tyres, leaf spring suspension. I mean, these are the safari gas shocks. I mean, I know this is traditional, but when you're out in the bush and you need to get repair and maintenance, some of these traditional ways of solving problems are the best way to go.
David, overall, what were your impressions and what was the X factor for you that stood out?
Well, this is a camper that came with the Boma out of the same factory. This has all the comfort factors that you get in a Boma, except that it's a camper designed for a couple, for 2 people. It's $10,000 cheaper and 100 kilos lighter. So this makes it, for a couple that just want to go camping, much more manageable, much more accommodating, better fuel consumption, easier to tow around over those tough tracks. I think that's the aspect of it that really grabbed me.